That brute charged right at me, throwing a punch with enough force to crush anyone, except I stopped his attack using only one hand, warning that I would break his arm first. The guy panicked completely after realizing my grip was an inescapable trap. Without showing a single drop of pity, I slammed my fist into his face, making the whole place shake. The strike was so brutal that the giant flew back, completely knocked out in midair. Looking at his body stretched on the ground, I made sure to warn him that his structural damage would last forever. The entire crowd stood in complete shock, terrified to see a regular kid destroy that ruthless fighter. And when they asked if I was finally going to stop, I raised my arm and showed that everyone's nightmare was just beginning. In the year 2035, as the sun is setting, a skyscraper starts to collapse. People on the street stop in their tracks, completely shocked by the sight. The building tumbles down while terrified crowds run desperately to avoid falling debris. A gigantic monster bursts out, tearing buildings in half and spreading utter panic. Standard weapons prove useless against the gray beast, forcing soldiers to call for hunter backup. Fueled by rage, the giant beast rips a massive chunk of concrete from the ground and roars. The creature hurls the massive piece of concrete with all its strength. Desperate people in the crowd point at the sky after noticing a hunter arrive. Among the chaos, the hunter Lin Xiao appears wrapped in bright lightning to save the day. Roaring with uncontrollable fury, the giant monster puffs out its chest and flexes its arms. Right before the beast charges, the kid draws his blade while someone shouts for him to use psionic energy. Launching himself into the air at wild speeds, our guy rushes forward as his blue blade glows. Focusing all his power into a final blow, Lin Xiao channels electricity to slice his target. Getting ready to strike, the muscular beast watches the boy rush straight toward him through the air. Unleashing his stored power, the young man fires a deadly slash straight at the monster. Pushing the fight forward, the kid channels his lethal energy while staring down his opponent with total focus. Long before these events, a massive meteor named Wimless crashed into the Pacific Ocean and changed humanity forever. The giant impact does not destroy coastal regions, but it triggers a colossal shockwave. Within 12 months, radiation covers the planet and completely transforms the world after the Wimless impact. To handle the mutations, humans discover a cosmic energy that grants them psionic abilities. Governments unite with the Hunter Association to train a new generation of warriors powered by psionic energy. Students pay close attention as the teacher at Luzhou Martial Arts University explains this new era. Losing his patience, the teacher slams his hand on the desk to grab Lin Xiao's attention. The teacher asks Lin Xiao if he fell asleep in class once again. Looking closely at Lin Xiao, his blonde classmate Sia tries to wake him up so he does not miss the lesson. While his classmate laughs at the situation, our guy wakes up completely annoyed and confused. Shouting in anger, the bully demands a better performance from Lin Xiao to protect their class team. Acting arrogant, the bully brings up Lin Xiao's terrible grades and says he will never graduate. Seeing the unfair treatment, Sia steps in and yells at the bully to leave the boy alone. Adjusting his glasses, the teacher tells the class to focus on training and warns Lin Xiao to stay awake. Sitting at his desk, Lin Xiao remembers his painful routine and the strange blackouts that started 2 years ago. Thinking about his luck, Lin Xiao knows his extremely high psionic power is the only reason he is not kicked out. Ignoring the noise, Sia tells Lin Xiao to focus on the next tournament and assures him he will pull it off. Caught by sudden surprise with wide eyes, Lin Xiao stares at something unbelievable right in front of him. A floating screen appears before his eyes, recording speed reading experience while he tries to understand it. This strange panel explains that Lin Xiao can spend points to upgrade physical stats and unlock skills. As he reads, experience points add up quickly until the skill levels up and grants an extra potential point. Completely confused, Lin Xiao tries to process the information and wonders what these floating alerts mean. Checking every detail on the screen, Lin Xiao looks at his strength and agility stats while analyzing the new point. Learning new rules about the system, the kid realizes potential points can boost both physical stats and skills. Lin Xiao notices his psionic refinement is incomplete, but he can unlock the full version for 3 points. Thinking about the futuristic interface, Lin Xiao wonders if upgrading his physical body will clear his bad name. Testing the upgrade in real life, our guy focuses his energy and puts 1 potential point into his constitution. Feeling powerful energy flow through his body, Lin Xiao breathes easier and smiles as his vision clears up. Loud alarm bells start echoing through the room from speakers placed along the walls. The loud alerts end the school day while the class receives orders to prepare for next month's competition. Saya gets upset about Wu Jixing's attitude, complaining that he always bullies others despite Lin Xiao's top score. As Sia keeps venting, Lin Xiao interrupts her and says it is not worth wasting time on people like him. She frowns after noticing that Wu Shixing is coming over to bother them again. Tensions rise as Wu Zheng and his gang interrupt the meal to intimidate Sia and Lin Xiao. The bully claims the boy will ruin Sia's future, but Lin Xiao rejects the idea. Wu Jing points his finger and laughs mockingly at Lin Xiao's response. Wu Jixing grabs Lin Xiao's collar to provoke him. Holding him by the shirt, the bully threatens Lin Xiao and challenges our guy to a fight during combat class. Accepting the challenge without hesitation, our boy agrees to fight his rival. Shocked by his bold answer, Sia gasps in panic and tries to warn her friend about his dangerous mistake. Meanwhile, the surrounding classmates laugh and bet it will be a great show to see him get beaten later. Terrified, Sia explains that the goon hits with 750 kilograms of force and has military combat certification. Gossip spreads through the school hallways as everyone talks about the wild challenge set for the afternoon. Walking down the hall, a staff member guides Professor Wang Lan toward the student training grounds. While heading across campus, Professor Wang Lian asks the staff member for the file on the top 3 students. The document reveals second place as Ling Shui from Class B, while Lin Xiao punches a bag in the gym to gain experience points. Throwing powerful hits with crazy force, the kid keeps training hard to accumulate experience and grow stronger. Electronic devices register massive marks as the meter reaches 746 kilograms and 800 grams. Holographic screens show Lin Xiao's full stats, noting his punch strength has not passed 750 kilograms yet. Focused on growing stronger, Lin Xiao sets a goal to raise all his stats to at least 10 points before combat class. While checking the records, Professor Wan Lan finds surprising details about Lin Xiao's academic background. Looking at the file with a curious smile, Wan Lian finds it fascinating that our guy started at the top and then dropped to the bottom. Curious students gather around the field, asking why Class C's area is so crowded instead of focusing on regular practice. Arriving at the scene, classmates complain that someone should call a teacher before Lin Xiao gets beaten up. The goon Wu Yang stretches his arms mockingly in the field, challenging Lin Xiao and ordering his crew to ruin the kid's name. Mocking the situation, Wu Jixing tells Wu Yang to go easy on the boy so he does not ruin his face. Stretching his neck with a smirk, the goon asks our guy if he is already thinking about how to beg for mercy. Lin Xiao replies with a sly smile, making it clear he already planned his strategy to win the fight. Focused on the brawl, Lin Xiao tells his opponent to stop talking and make a move. The bully charges forward with full force toward his opponent. He watches Lin Xiao hold a firm stance while waiting for the next move. Rushing in for the attack, Wu Yang clenches his fist and shouts insults while trying to hit Lin Xiao clean on. With a slight smile, Lin Xiao easily dodges the strike as the bully's fist slices through thin air. Surprised by the easy dodge, the goon opens his eyes wide, wondering how his rival moved so fast. Resetting his stance instantly, Wu Yang charges forward again and promises his opponent will not escape this time. Preparing a quick counter, the bully throws another wild punch and misses completely. Spectators in the crowd comment in surprise at the plot twist while watching the boy's unexpected performance. Challenging our guy with a furious look, Wu Yang steps up again and demands to know how many times he can dodge. Rushing in at full speed, he throws a fast combo, but hits nothing as Lin Xiao dodges with total ease. Staying focused on the battle, Lin Xiao moves with such speed that he leaves the whole class stunned. Watching from the crowd, classmates follow every move open-mouthed and comment on his impressive fighting style. This line was omitted from the original text. Annoyed by the turn of events, Wu Shixing mutters to himself, unable to understand how Lin Xiao is so strong. Watching the scene, Sia cheers enthusiastically for the boy, while Fang Wen smiles mockingly and wonders about his secret training. Curious about his source of power, Sia turns her friend's question around and asks why she's so interested in the boy's techniques. Sia reveals that Lin Xiao mentioned recently that he is finally free from his constant headaches. Barely dodging the wild attacks, our guy shows wild agility while Wu Yang misses another flurry of punches. The boy displays so much energy and control that he looks like he is just taking a pet for a walk. Boiling with anger over getting handled, the bully demands a direct trade of blows and tells the boy to stop running like a coward. Annoyed by the provocation, Lin Xiao smiles mockingly and says Wu Yang needs to actually land a hit first. Trying to hit the boy with desperate swings, Wu Yang complains about his dodging and tells him not to celebrate too early. Caught in complete shock by the unexpected speed, the goon opens his eyes wide after realizing he cannot touch his target. As confusion takes over, Wu Yang throws a straight punch while Lin Xiao catches his arm with total ease. Mocking the goon's desperation, Lin Xiao asks if he wants a real fight and wants him to hold his ground without backing down. Surprised by how easy it is, Woo-young wears an incredulous face while trying to process getting dominated so fast. Showing he has no patience for games, Lin Xiao strikes a heavy punch straight into Woo-young's gut, knocking the wind out of him. With the crazy force of the hit, Woo-young flies back, sliding along the ground and kicking up a huge dust cloud on the track. Seeing the insane move, the crowd stands shocked and comments that the punch must have exceeded 800 kilograms of force. Lying on the ground unable to breathe properly, the bully realizes he was lied to about his rival's true level and feels cheated. Watching the massive strike, spectators in the stands feel impressed, noting the boy built incredible strength and mastered his technique. Observing closely, the principal remembers the fighter's history, noting he was held back in the past by persistent headaches. Boiling with rage over losing and feeling tricked, Wu Jing shakes with hatred, ready to take his frustration out on his rival. Focused on flipping the script, Wu Jixing loses his temper completely and rushes in, demanding his allies stand up and keep fighting. Slumped on the grass trying to catch his breath, Woo-young hears his opponent's taunts and gets even more annoyed by the situation. Blinded by fury and refusing to accept defeat, Woo-young leaps into an attack, shouting that he would never lose to someone like him. Delivering a ruthless mid-air counter, Wen Xiao lands a precise strike right in the bully's stomach, making him spit blood and lose his breath. Fang Wen watches the scene, impressed by the gap between them, and confesses to Sia that she finds the boy pretty attractive right now. Fang Wen nudges her friends, gossiping excitedly, and asks if they are not afraid Sia might hear their chatter. While the bully lies on the ground spitting blood, Lin Xiao asks a cynical question, wanting to know if he still wants to keep fighting. Ignoring the pain and visible wounds, he challenges his rival to face a real straight punch. The boy wears a confident smile as he accepts the bully's challenge with total calm, pushing his hands against the grass so hard that small gusts of wind and dust rise. The goon warns that the rival will regret his choice. Roaring in anger and shouting for his opponent to pay with his life, Woo-young throws a full power punch toward Lin Xiao. Lin Xiao decides to face his rival's head-on strike without backing down a single inch. Lin Xiao steps up and shows off his signature technique based on crushing fist force while his classmates watch the fight. Hit by the overwhelming force of the kid's punch, Woo-young gets thrown backward, screaming in pain from the intense pressure. Smoke rises from Lin Xiao's wrist right after landing the blow. Shocked by the sudden turn, Woo-young clutches his chest as he feels overwhelming pain. Mocking his scared opponent, Lin Xiao smirks and asks when he ever used his real strength. The crowd goes wild over the plot twist after realizing Lin Xiao was still holding back his power. Surprised by the unexpected result, nearby observers question the accuracy of the reports regarding Lin Xiao's real strength. Seeing Woo-young's humiliating defeat, the principal steps in and orders the staff to take Woo-young straight to the infirmary. Smiling at the curious question about his sudden power, Lin Xiao mockingly replies that everything changed once his headaches disappeared. Someone breaks the mood, and Lin Xiao turns around immediately to see who dared to throw that taunt. His opponent Woo-young tries to surprise him from behind. Terrified by the sudden danger, Sia screams desperately to warn her friend about the surprise attack. Lin Xiao returns fire with a fierce counter, using his palm to block the opponent's advance with exact precision. In an intense exchange, Woo-young throws a front kick, but Lin Xiao catches his leg in midair, creating a loud energy impact. Wearing a smug smile, Woo-young taunts Lin Xiao, calling him a loser and saying he only got a little bit stronger. Woo-young warns our guy not to get cocky because the ranking tournament is coming up in 2 weeks. Sia panics after seeing the situation spiral out of control, shouting to warn Lin Xiao about standing up to Woo-young. An updated timeline shows Lin Xiao assessing his body and realizing he must train harder to match Wu Jixing's level. After the mess clears up, the group settles down and decides to grab a quick bite at the school cafeteria. As the day ends, night falls over the city, lighting up several windows of their residential building in the dark. Back in his dorm room, Lin Xiao gets a video call from his mother while checking his laptop and wonders why she wants him to quit school. On the video call, Lin Xiao's mother asks him to stop trying to become a hunter, promising to cover his sister's college tuition herself. Lin Xiao replies that his headaches are gone and he can now cultivate at wild speeds to become a hunter. With deep worry on her face, the mother warns him that dungeon dangers are real, and she cannot bear losing her son to such a risky job. Firm in his decision, the boy stands tall and assures his mother that he will grow strong enough to protect her just like his father did. Cutting the tense mood short, Lin Xiao's mother asks him to stop bringing up the topic. His mother insists that she only wants to see him safe and healthy, far away from dangerous dungeons. The boy mentions that he must hurry to weapons class and quickly says goodbye. Arriving at practical class, Lin Xiao and his peers receive tough orders from the instructor who tells them to hold heavy swords firmly. Instructor Miao Fei steps up and demands total focus on proper stance while holding swords and controlling energy flow. Focused on heavy training, the instructor fixes every detail, urging the class to speed up and perfect their diagonal strikes. Keeping his eyes on the heavy blade, the boy adjusts his grip with both hands and feels the weight demanding huge physical effort. Sweating cold from the effort of the diagonal cut, Lin Xiao channels his last bit of strength to keep the blade steady. As the glowing system registers experience gains, Lin Xiao repeats the slash to farm points and level up his weapon skill. Noticing the effort, instructor Miao Fei approaches and praises the kid's progress. Noting he has improved quite a bit, instructor Miao Fei checks his stance and warns that his wrist is a bit too stiff for a fluid strike. To show how the move is done, Miao Fei raises his weapon and asks the boy to pay close attention to the execution. Explaining the technique, instructor Miao Fei says to relax the joints during the swing and only tighten the wrist on impact. Receiving final pointers from instructor Miao Fei, the boy thanks him and prepares to try the move again for better fluidity. Applying the advice, Lin Xiao takes a deep breath and executes the slash with clean precision. With a perfect hit, the system records the progress, notifying that his weapon leveled up and granted experience points. Smiling in approval, instructor Miao Fei praises the boy's progress, saying his performance was very good. Pleased with the result, instructor Miao Fei reminds the kid to keep practicing hard without slacking off. Setting practice aside, the class attends an important lecture where Professor Wang Lan explains monster types and weaknesses. During the lecture, the boy falls fast asleep at his desk, prompting the professor to call him out while Sia tries waking him up. The professor calls Lin Xiao and he stands up. He asks Lin Xiao about the traits of the black tusk boar. Waking from his short nap, Lin Xiao focuses on the details regarding the black tusk boar shown in the lesson. Interested in knowing more, the teacher frowns and asks about the creature's exact weaknesses and how to hunt it in the wild. Explaining the best combat strategy, Lin Xiao notes that the monster moves very slowly when making sharp turns. Surprised by his fast answer, the teacher asks if he studied on his own. Hearing that the kid memorized the entire monster book overnight, Sia agrees that memorizing the whole book from cover to cover is completely wild and impossible for a normal mind. Seeing such dedication, nearby classmates complain out loud that memorizing everything goes way beyond normal bounds. Upset by the news, Wu Jing changes his expression upon realizing the boy pretended to relax while secretly studying hard. Cutting through the tense mood, the teacher orders everyone to sit down and reminds them that school rankings are coming up. Wasting no time, Lin Xiao confirms the teacher's order and focuses completely on the task to make sure everything goes right. Walking through the hallways, Lin Xiao and Sia chat cheerfully while laughing at recent events. Sia warns her classmate that she needs to rush to her part-time job and says goodbye before leaving. Before he can head out, the principal suddenly shows up and asks the boy for a quick chat about an important matter. Answering the boy's question, the man mentions the upcoming competition and wants to discuss the tuition relief he desperately needs. Shocked by the news, Lin Xiao opens his eyes wide and wonders if that is really true. Confirming the details, the principal explains that any student in the top 10 earns a scholarship from the military university. Adjusting his glasses, the man details that the competition awards a huge cash prize for whoever lands at the top. Celebrating the cash prize, Lin Xiao calculates that the money will solve his financial problems. The principal warns the boy not to push too hard, explaining that Wu Xixing is in the top 10 and holds incredible strength. Confident in his ability to grow, Lin Xiao promises to train twice as hard to win the reward and not let anyone down. Energy slashes slice through the air quickly while the armored target stands still against the attack. As the rhythm of blows speeds up, the system logs experience points gained from Lin Xiao's sword skill practice. Checking the status screen, the system displays his strength, agility, constitution, and spirit alongside unlocked skills. Sweating heavily and holding his sword tight, Lin Xiao receives advice that he must raise his impact force to break his limits. Recognizing the boy's footwork, Zhuang Jianyu praises his agility and challenges him to a quick sparring session. Staring down Lin Xiao with conviction, Zhuang Jianyu asks if he doubts his skills, claiming no student here has better sword technique. Refusing excuses, the young man accepts the challenge to see in action if his opponent can truly handle the heat. Rushing full force at Zhuang Jianyu, the kid uses all his speed to catch the veteran opponent off guard right at the start. Trying to escape Zhuang Jianyu's fierce charge, Lin Xiao moves nimbly while the surrounding air distorts under combat pressure. Thousands of blade slashes cut through the air at high speeds, creating sparks and massive pressure around the arena. Watching the wild display, students are blown away by the swordsman, hoping to reach that level of power one day. Observing the insane clash, students in the back recognize Zhuang Jianyu as Class A's top student who aces every subject. The crowd stands shocked at the wild fight, wondering who can trade blows equally with Zhuang Jianyu while mastering single blade technique. With blades glowing in pure energy, Zhuang Jianyu charges his opponent with incredible precision in every move. Sweating cold while watching the blade slash close to his face, Lin Xiao realizes the danger and dodges fast to avoid getting hit. Feeling the blade scrape past him, Lin Xiao narrowly dodges the fierce rush and realizes his rival's speed is off the charts. Holding a solid stance with both hands on the hilt, Zhuang Jianyu neutralizes the incoming slash in a fraction of a second. Feeling the pressure, Lin Xiao smirks as sweat trickles down his forehead, his eyes shining brightly in this intense moment. Accepting defeat with unexpected calm, Lin Xiao raises his hands and yields the match under everyone's watchful eyes. Calm about the situation, Zhuang Jianyu notes that both of them are on the same level when it comes to sword technique. Enjoying a relaxed moment after the duel, Zhuang Jianyu introduces himself and asks the newcomer who he is. Smiling at the praise, Lin Xiao bows his hands in gratitude and thanks Zhuang Jianyu for the help and tips during practice. Racking up the deal with a smile, Zhuang Jianyu promises to remember the boy and expects their paths to cross at the tournament. Right after this chat, the class gathers in the classroom to hear an important announcement about the upcoming placement tournament. Excited by the news, Lin Xiao celebrates learning about psionic weaponry, while Sia shows complete curiosity about it. Listening closely to nearby chatter, a classmate mentions that seniors love this lesson, while Sia notes the high difficulty. Explaining this key ability, the teacher uses a holographic screen to show that mastering it separates true talent from the rest. Continuing his lecture, the teacher points upward while explaining that everything comes down to psionic control and mental strength. Surprised by the news, the young man realizes that psionic refinement also serves to strengthen the mind. Following the instructor's guide, the class closes their eyes to begin the practical exercise of connecting with internal energy. Focused on meditation, Lin Xiao collects initial experience points while the system logs his psionic progress. Feeling the surrounding pressure change, Sia looks uncomfortable as she struggles to maintain her concentration. Sia continues to struggle with the training and wonders if she will ever master psionic weaponry. Knowing she needs guidance, Lin Xiao tells her to take it easy and draw energy slowly bit by bit. Noticing Lin Xiao's rapid growth, the system flashes light signals indicating new bonuses have been unlocked. Surprised by his rapid progress, the teacher approaches wide-eyed and asks how he mastered it so fast, with Lin Xiao answering timidly. Accepting that it really happened, Lin Xiao confirms with a slight smile that he indeed mastered the technique. Impressed by his extraordinary potential, the teacher calls Lin Xiao aside and tells him to come along right away. Explaining the proposal, the teacher reveals the academy plans to select top students for a special weapons class after the tournament. Confirming the news with an excited smile, Lin Xiao assures the teacher that he knows all about that exclusive class. Guiding the boy through futuristic corridors into a secret room, the teacher introduces the place where advanced tech secrets stay. Curious about the glowing orb on the bench, the kid asks what it is and learns it tests power manipulation by touch. Staring at the strange orb, our guy wonders if he can control another person's psionic force and tests it right away to see what happens. Concentrating his energy, Lin Xiao feels the orb react instantly, creating shockwaves as his eyes glow with frightening intensity. Glowing threads wind through the glass container, creating a blue light show that hypnotizes everyone nearby. Impressed by the boy's result, the teacher smiles with satisfaction and declares that he passed the test with flying colors. Instructing the youth to project energy away from his body, the teacher suggests he keep training this way from now on. Smiling lightly while scratching his head, Lin Xiao agrees with the instructor and confirms he will keep training hard. 3 days pass, and a large crowd gathers at the complex to watch the long-awaited top-ranking selection tournament. Watching the action in the arena, a girl tells her classmates that Lin Xiao seems to be looking for trouble by competing again. Seeing her friend worry, another girl notes Lin Xiao's bold move to challenge Wu Zixing, while Sia replies that he has changed a lot. The announcer ends the event's intro, letting everyone know that the tournament is officially starting right now. Wu Zixing enters the arena with folded arms, wearing an arrogant look as he awaits the start of the duel. Showing off his confidence on the main stage, Wu Zixing challenges anyone present to try and take his top spot. Watching from above with a confident smile, Wu Jixing waits impatiently for the challenger who will try to replace him. Keeping a serious stance as he steps up to face the challenge, Lin Xiao shows absolute focus on the upcoming duel. Overcome with rage as his eyes glow red, Wu Xixing loses his composure and screams that he will destroy his rival. Accepting the challenge with determination, the boy speaks up and warns that he will go all out against him. Fang Lin steps into the arena with a ponytail and a firm stance, making the crowd realize this duel will not be easy. Cheering for his success, Sia shows full support and sends good energy so her classmate can give his best in the fight. Cutting the tension, Wu Jixing mocks his opponent, while Fang Wen snaps back that she wants to challenge the leader before the top shifts. Unhappy with the situation, Wu Jixing frowns and asks what kind of nonsense they are trying to pull on him. Desperate over the danger in the arena, Fang Wen shouts to warn everyone to act fast before the worst happens. Fang Wen delivers a powerful kick that connects directly with Wu Jixing's guard, ringing a loud impact through the venue. Mocking her attempt, Wu Jixing wears a smug grin and warns that using a little psionic power is useless against him. Fang Wen charges in full force, throwing a precise punch that forces Wu Jing to step back quickly to dodge. Watching the clash in the arena, the crowd feels surprised because Fang Wen is holding on longer than anyone expected. Observing quietly from close by, Lin Xiao analyzes the girl's fight, noting her opponent is holding back his power. Wu Jixing gets surprised by Fang Wen's speed and realizes she mastered psionic armament, making him furious since he has not used full energy. Watching the fight in the arena, Sia questions if Fang Wen really stands a chance against him. Taking advantage of the momentary distraction, Fang Wen unleashes a fast-flying kick that sends a bright energy wave at Wu Jixing. Smirking while resting his face on his hand, the guy utters that he got her, proving he anticipated the move all along. Surprised by the incoming attack, the girl opens her eyes wide and curses internally, realizing he was not bluffing. The impact shakes the air as blue energy bursts in all directions, hitting Fang Wen's guard clean as she slides back. Dragged by the counterattack, Fang Wen breaks on the ground, kicking up dust and sparks as she slides across the floor. Panicking over the turn of events, students watch the shocking scene while shouting Fang Wen's name as she tries to flip the match. Exhausted from the effort and feeling defeat, Fang Wen collapses into Sia's arms, lamenting that she lost the match. Mocking her defeat while cracking his knuckles, Wu Jixing belittles her strength and warns that she is still too weak. As the crowd talks about Wu Jixing's power and mourns Fang Wen's defeat, excitement rises over whether their class can land 2 top spots. Looking at the audience with an ironic smirk, Wu Jixing points his finger forward and announces the next challenger can accept defeat. Lin Xiao takes his turn to face the bully, stepping into combat with a lethal and determined look. With the crowd talking about the boy's recent growth, all focus shifts to him as he steps up ready to settle the score. As spectators watch from prime seats, comments rise among the crowd, doubting the challenger against a fierce fighter like Wu Jixing. Surprised to see his rival standing before him, Wu Jixing mocks him, claiming he thought the boy got scared and ran away. Mocking the situation, Wu Jixing taunts his opponent's confidence with a smirk and asks if the outcome is not obvious to everyone. Justifying his sudden rage, Wu Jixing throws a wild punch, claiming the boy once held a higher rank than him. Upset by the situation, Wu Jixing screams that he will never allow such injustice, gathering all his strength to strike back. As Wu Jixing throws a heavy punch through the air, our guy simply catches the strike barehanded, without showing any concern. Stepping firmly to show playtime is over, the boy proves he has no intention of backing down under pressure. Giving the redhead no room to breathe, the kid lands a devastating front kick that sends his rival flying with insane force. Frozen mid-impact without understanding how his supreme strike got stopped, Wu Xing shows genuine shock at the massive power gap. Seeing the massive damage caused by the kick, classmates stand completely speechless at Lin Xiao's insane power display. Shocked reactions spread through the group while Sia and her friends comment in awe on the protagonist's insane display of strength. With crossed arms and a mocking smile, Lin Xiao asks if his opponent needs a moment to catch his breath after getting launched. Determined not to get left behind, Wu Jixing activates his psionic armaments to overturn the humiliation of the previous blow. Consumed by anger, Wu Jing steps forward grit-toothed, warning that his rival will pay for forcing him to use full psionic power. Moving at high speeds, Wu Jix unleashes a brutal barrage of punches and slashes to pressure the boy from every angle. Delivering a forward strike that seems to connect, Wu Jixing receives a sarcastic compliment on his psionic technique's efficiency. As the rush approaches, Lin Xiao keeps his stance, warning that this display of power has reached its limit. Stopping the rush with his bare hands, Lin Xiao proves that the entire attack is nothing more than a weak joke. Trying to escape the overwhelming pressure, Wu Zhiqing retreats desperately across the floor, seeking room to counter. Shocked by the sudden block, Wu Zhiqing grumbles that his rival blocked his strike without even using psionic armor. Staring down at his fallen rival, the boy warns him that he is still far from having enough strength to force out his secret move. Determined to win even if it wrecks his body, Wu Zhiqing charges his rival with lethal hatred in his eyes. To close the opening, Lin Xiao takes his stance and awaits the opponent's rush to show who really runs the place. Slamming his fists hard against the blue barrier, Wu Zhiqing realizes his furious attack hits an immovable wall. With the violent impact, energy explodes in all directions, creating a shockwave that pushes both fighters back. Watching this display of pure power, Fangwen stands shocked to see Lin Xiao control the entire fight without his secret weapon. Looking at his wounded arm, the boy realizes he dropped his guard for a second and took a bit of damage. Overcome by frustration, Wu Zhiqing shouts furiously, telling his opponent to stop holding back his true power and fight for real. Deciding to wrap up the match, Lin Xiao unleashes all his hidden power, making the surrounding air shake with massive pressure. Surprised by the power surging from his opponent, the red-haired bully wonders if this is an advanced psionic wrapping technique. All this crazy pressure leaves everyone breathless as they try to understand what is happening right before them. Wearing a sly grin, Lin Xiao asks if his rival is ready for what comes next. Trying to hide his nerves as sweat forms on his forehead, the bully shouts, challenging his rival to come at him with everything. With blue energy glowing around him, Lin Xiao dashes forward in a quick strike while the bully prepares for impact. Seeing his opponent charge full speed, the bully opens his eyes wide as sweat drips down, feeling the heavy pressure closing in. Launching a heavy flying kick wrapped in blue aura, the boy charges forward, determined to hit his rival clean on. The teacher opens his eyes wide while watching, thinking that if that kick lands, the bully might actually die right there. Launching himself into the air, the blue energy slash carved by the blow creates a shockwave that sweeps across the venue. With the devastating impact of the shockwave, dust and debris rise into the air as the strike hits the floor head-on. Shock takes over nearby students, who stop what they are doing to figure out where that blast and black smoke came from. Then smoke fills the arena while Lin Xiao watches with total calm as Wu Zhiqing cringes in fear right ahead. Giant craters open in the pavement, leaving a path of destruction as dust and concrete pieces reveal the strike's full impact. Wu Zhiqing accepts defeat, admitting he lost while realizing Lin Xiao held back to avoid hitting him directly with that kick. Seeing the massive damage on the ground and his rival unable to continue, Lin Xiao asks the crowd if anyone else dares challenge him. Absolute silence fills the arena as the entire crowd stands stunned by the insane display of power that just took place. The school authority steps up, adjusting his glasses while announcing that Lin Xiao officially takes the #1 spot next month. Spectators in the stands panic at the display, commenting in shock that if that kick had hit clean, tragedy would be guaranteed. Lin Xiao panics after realizing the huge destruction, asking Sia if school staff will charge him to repair the arena. An emergency meeting takes place at the top level, where third-year Dean Ling Sen demands answers about Lin Xiao's chaos in Class C. Ling Sen justifies his actions, claiming the student needed a lesson while hiding Lin Xiao's true strength to avoid a scene. Ling Sen crosses his arms and argues that the destruction went too far and the damage to the arena was too large to ignore. Held accountable for the massive damage, Ling Sen takes financial responsibility without worry, stating he will gladly pay for it. Ling Sen announces that the class battle happens tomorrow and opponent selection for each class will occur right now. Tournament rules display on screen, showing 5 modes including arena matches, territory defense, alpha wolf hunt, dome tower, and spiral maze. Ling Sen states everyone knows the rules, skipping explanations and inviting participants straight to the matchup draw. Papers fly everywhere, creating a mess in their room while Ling Sen watches calmly from his desk. Amidst flying papers, Ling Sen takes charge of the situation while handing out draw cards to determine each class's match. The teacher holds his draw sheet close to check his team's match mode, wondering if this is huge luck or a total trap. The teacher watches the draw madness with a slight smile on his face. Li Jingru, the 42-year-old teacher of Class F, smiles after realizing she drew our protagonist's team in the match. Li Jingru argues that the match is strictly between students, so it has no connection to the teachers present. Li Jingru gives her rival a challenging smile, taunting him by asking if he is simply terrified of losing the match. The teacher snaps back at her taunt with a frown, promising they will win this battle without leaving anything to chance. He stands before the whole class explaining details of the upcoming match against Class F called Alpha Wolf. The teacher details the setup, explaining the class will split into lone wolves and the pack as shown on the screen. The screen outlines scoring rules, showing that eliminating a pack student earns 2 points, while taking down a lone wolf grants 5. He explains that students will scatter across the mountain, with combat rules changing depending on whether they group up or solo. The teacher makes it clear that lethal force is banned, and any attempt to severely injure rivals will lead to trouble. Lin Xiao checks his digital screen, realizing recent practice brought great gains to his skill levels. The teacher calls our main character by name while adjusting his glasses. Lin Xiao talks with friends about his chat with school admin regarding the damage caused to the training arena. Lin Xiao grumbles in annoyance to his friends, complaining about having to pay for the damage out of his own pocket. Lin Xiao learns that admin decided to go easy since it was his first offense, but he remains under strict review. The teacher tries to lighten the mood, explaining that winning matches or climbing ranks will help clear the debt. Raising his arm with determination, the boy replies that his class will definitely win this match. Hyped by his attitude, Lin Xiao's classmates shout cheers, raising their arms and filling the auditorium with excitement. The teacher warns that this year's hunt includes a dangerous twist due to a wild beast living on the mountain. Panic grips the audience as terrified students wonder how they could possibly defeat such a lethal beast. Rules state severe student injuries are banned, but the beast shows no mercy, meaning hunting the direwolf grants massive game-changing points. The teacher explains that since the beast appears at sunset, the top priority during the day is taking out human rivals. A general meeting convenes in the auditorium as students organize teams and plan strategies for the upcoming match. Impressive academic buildings stand atop a colossal rocky mountain surrounded by clouds where the hunt takes place. Firm footsteps echo on the ground as Lin Xiao walks forward for the test, surrounded by curious students. Receiving a special watch from a staff member, the young man gets instructions on using the scoring device correctly. Key details on how the equipment works are explained clearly as the screen shows elimination and point rules. The staff member explains that the main watch auto-tracks points gained by class members for full strategic control. Structures across the mountain serve as bases containing essential supplies like food, water, and first aid kits. Staring at his watch, Lin Xiao checks the time as the system displays encouraging alerts and a countdown to start the test. Hologram screens count down to 9 in the morning while Lin Xiao's watch notes a 15-degree slope on the ground. With the starting signal, students rush down mountain trails with shouts while watches begin official tracking. Meanwhile, in a high-tech command room, Principal Wu Qinghua and his team track student moves via wall monitors. While monitoring student steps, Li Jingru appears with a steaming cup, offering black tea to Wu Qinghua as a friendly gesture. Sipping her drink with an ironic smile, Li Jingru casually comments that the patrol already found the first group. Competitors sprint through dense mountain woods as leaves sway from the wild rush. Li Jufeng takes the lead, ordering teammates to keep a defensive stance as they sprint along the trail to react to rivals. Hidden in the bushes, Li Jufeng watches an approaching rival team closely, assessing the situation with caution. Surprising everyone, an opponent intercepts the rival squad and rushes at Chen Feifei with a confident smile and a taunt. Staring at the girl ahead, the boy asks if she is Chen Feifei before declaring that she must be the squad leader. Sprinting fast through the trees, a youth from the rival squad charges his opponent, yelling that he is his target. Dodging with agility, Chen Feifei slides along the ground to avoid a heavy fist while her teammate covers her rear. The young man from the rival squad freezes in shock at how the fight turned, trying to process what happened. Taking advantage of the stunned opponent, Chen Feifei lands a flying kick to his chest while her ally covers her back. With a clean impact, the blow hits the opponent squarely, sending him flying as the duo shows perfect synergy. Crashing hard onto the ground after the brutal hit, the opponent kicks up dust as his teammates shout for him. Removing her mask and tying her hair up, Fang Wen takes the lead for Class C, securing third place as rivals realize she is not alone. Standing firm in the open, Fang Wen concentrates her power, warning that the fight just started while calling her ally to step up. Sia flies toward her opponent with blue glowing eyes, throwing a heavy punch while warning that the battle is starting. Landing a devastating straight punch, Sia displays full strength in combat as her opponent hits the dirt from the heavy strike. Panic grips the young men as they flee, realizing the all-girls squad led by Fang Len holds overwhelming strength. Chewing on a chocolate chip cookie, the man with glasses enjoys the moment quietly while savoring his snack. Checking the board that shows Class C leading Class F 28-8, the man praises the homemade cookie. Questioning placing a strong fighter in a wolf group, the brown-haired woman asks Wu Jinghua why he allowed it as he eats calmly. Li Jingru complains about team bills, stating Wu Jixing could never match the elite squad led by Fang Wen. Li Jingru continues commenting on the setup, pointing out that Class F will have to face the dangerous beast alone. Hiding behind a tree while sweating nervously, round glasses student Guo Shuihai holds Class C's bottom rank. Terrified, Guo Shuihai tries to escape but gets hit clean by a sudden energy blast, leaving his mouth open in shock. Emerging from the forest, Class F's top seat Liu Zhiqin notes he is a lone wolf, preparing to hunt her next target, Wu Jixing. Celebrating the screen score, Li Jingru jabs at Wu Qinghua, saying his tactics failed and Class F will take all remaining points. Watching closely, Ling Sen smiles and comments that he looks forward to seeing how this battle turns out. Running through the woods, Lin Xiao tries to escape the confusion while his mind works fast to form a plan. Checking his watch, the boy sees his team's score reach 34 points, noting with concern that the fight is getting wild. Desperate in the quiet woods, the boy shouts in utter disbelief after finding absolutely no one along his path. Stopping briefly, Class F's fourth seat Bai Chen steps up firmly and asks the girl if she really needs no help with her rival. Right at time, Class F's second seat Zhao Shanju appears, striking a tough pose and asking if rivals plan to gang up on him. Sitting comfortably on a boulder in a clearing, Class F's fifth seat Xuan Wu notes rival lone wolves are weak except their leader. Continuing the chat, Zhao Shanju mentions the escape of low-rank fighter Dong Li as the team reviews the situation. Dong Li shows complete indifference, telling them not to worry about her and ordering the group to cover Li Xiaoyu. Far away, calm takes over a rest area on the highway, surrounded by green trees under a clear sunny sky. Leaning casually against the counter, Lin Xia sips his drink with a straw, enjoying his break and quenching his thirst. Startled by unexpected news while enjoying his cold drink, the boy chokes and spits it out upon hearing someone mention the top seat. Crying desperately and sobbing before Lin Xiao, Dong Li tries to catch her breath, lamenting her spot as Class C's bottom ranker. Between coughs and pauses, the girl explains she faced a tough escape and had to hide at every single stop along the way. Offering a gentle smile to the scared girl, our guy extends his hand and invites Dong Li to travel together from now on. Watching the score panel, silver-haired teacher Wang Lan expresses worry, asking the man in the suit what he plans to do about Class F. Talking with Wang Lan, teacher Li Jingru checks the monitors and notes the Class F duo is about to cross paths with a lone wolf. Walking through the forest with Dong Li, Lin Xiao listens to her story about leaping off a cliff to escape a Class F student. Surprising the two allies in the woods, dangerous Bai Chen cuts off their path, declaring with a smirk that no one escapes this time. Showing total confidence, Class F student Bai Chen crosses his arms and calmly suggests Lin Xiao surrender to avoid pain. Calling out his rival, Lin Xiao's partner loses her patience and flips him off to provoke him. Mocking her attitude, the glowing-eyed Class F student rushes at Ling Xiao, calling them fools for thinking they could win. Throwing a heavy punch directly into the enemy attack, Lin Xiao displays strength, unleashing a devastating energy blast. Shocked by the massive resistance he encountered, arrogant Bai Chen opens his eyes wide, unable to believe what just happened. Holding the rival's fist firmly, our guy shows that combat pressure will not break his cool and calculated composure. Using built-up speed, the Class F student attempts a deadly spin kick while Lin Xiao barely dodges the cutting wind blast. Hit hard by the impact, arrogant Bai Chen gets thrown into nearby debris while Lin Xiao watches from above with a calm stance. Celebrating the score increase after winning the fight, Xia cheers with joy while Lin Xiao walks right behind her on the path. Investigating seriously, Li Jingru asks for details about the newly arrived student and his current rank in the class. Staring at the massive screen, Li Jingru can barely believe Lin Xiao jumped from 38th place to his current rank. Moving through the restricted forest zone, the group comes across a large glowing sign warning of danger ahead. Defying all expectations, the red-haired ponytail girl finds Wu Jixing, the sharp-toothed bully, standing right ahead in the woods. Wu Jixing shows total confusion at her question, finding it absurd that anyone would talk about hiding at a time like this. Charging at his opponent, the sharp-toothed bully shouts terrible threats, promising to beat the girl until she begs on her knees. Dong Li dodges at the last second as the shark-toothed bully throws a full power punch that generates a strong gust of wind. Taking advantage of his distraction, Dong Li counters with a flying kick to Wu Jingxing's face, mocking his slow speed. Feeling the fight's pressure, the shark-toothed bully loses his temper, complaining angrily that the girl is way too full of herself. Landing nimbly on the ground, Dong Li shows respect for her opponent's ability, noting his combat style is quite interesting. Standing firm before her rival with a lethal gaze, the fighter warns him that the final line has been drawn and nobody passes. Throwing a massive barrage of punches at sonic speed, the bully tries to bury Dong Li as she barely dodges every rush. Throwing a massive punch so hard the air shatters in a blue flash, Dong Li tries to crush the bully, who dodges by a hair. Smiling at the heavy hit to his face, Wu Jing spits a bit of blood and notes with excitement that he liked the impact force. Reacting to his taunt, Dong Li takes a step back and shouts that the fight is far from over, triggering a massive wave of explosive energy that shatters the ground. Wu Jingxing unleashes his full power in a brutal attack, turning the terrain into a giant crater. The explosion kicks up a smoke curtain that covers the entire area. Taking advantage of the smoke, Dong Li prepares to counter while Wu Jingxing tries to recover on the ground, celebrating her opponent's fall casually. Purple sweater teacher Li Jingru points her finger up with a triumphant smile. Checking the live scoreboard, instructor Miao Fei jokes about the match and offers a bold wager to see who comes out on top. Watching her rival's confidence collapse, teacher Li Jinru snaps back with a smile, telling him to wait for the final score. Walking up the stairs with Xia, Lin Xiao notes with surprise that this is his first time reaching the roof fully conscious. Surprised to see who arrived on the roof, Wang Lian comments on the last two lone wolves while evaluating the scene with confidence. Approaching the stretcher where Wu Jingxing lies, Lin Xiao looks at his classmate with worry while Wang Lan watches from behind. Looking at the scene, our guy hears someone say that top-ranked Class F student Lu Yuqian already defeated her last opponent. Facing the situation with a calm smile, Class F student Lu Yuqian proposes a peaceful surrender to collect points without fighting. Lin Xiao smirks upon hearing her comment and states that he is now Class C's current top seat. Surprised by the boy's strength, Lu Yuqian asks how that is possible while Lin Xiao listens with a smile, hiding his embarrassment. Arriving with backups, Li Xiaoyu joins her peers to help defeat the opponent, while Liu Yuqian vows to take down Class C's top seat. Annoyed by the mess, Zhuang Jianye asks who placed Wu Jing on the floor while Xia watches curiously from behind. Charging at her rival while calling Class C weak, Li Xiaoyu clenches her fist to land a clean blow as the boy reacts in surprise. Lin Xiao raises his power, unleashing intense energy around his body while his eyes glow yellow with absolute focus. Surprised by his fast reflexes, Li Xiaoyu notices how easily he dodges his attacks, wondering how such a move is possible. Up close with a cool and mocking look, our main character warns her that her movement speed remains extremely slow. Hitting her with a devastating kick from Lin Xiao, the girl gets launched backward, kicking up a massive dust cloud from the ground. As dust rises from the impact, a worried voice from the crowd asks if the girl is alright. Onlookers enter total shock at the wild display of power as Xia and her classmates cannot believe a Class C student pulled it off. Li Xiaoyu spits blood while trying to stand up, shouting that their opponent is too fast and urging them to attack together. Following Li Xiaoyu's desperate orders, the rival group rushes at the protagonist to take down Class C's representative. Facing the group attack, the boy wears a cocky grin, excited that everyone decided to rush in all at once to beat him. As Zhao Shanju rushes in with a straight punch to his face, the strike speed vibrates the air while our guy simply watches, dodging with style and crazy reflexes. The protagonist leans back as the heavy punch grazes his face, without causing harm. Capitalizing on the open guard, the boy connects a clean hit and executes a heavy slam that echoes through the venue. Zhao Shanju crashes hard onto the mat after the slam, while golden energy sparks burst around the point of impact. Lu Yuqian leaps into the air, unleashing a flying kick at the boy, who keeps a completely unbothered look. Our guy strikes the opponent's back with an energy kick, sparking impacts while keeping a completely calm expression. Rage takes over Liu Yuqian as she spits blood, unable to believe the boy's incredible speed. Checking the main screen with a curious look, teacher Li Jingru asks the man beside her who this mysterious Lin Xiao boy is. Knowing the truth, Wu Xinghua takes a sip from his cup and casually notes he forgot to mention an important detail about the match. Surprising students and spectators, darkness covers the sky as night falls, leaving the boy curious about what is going on. Li Xiaoyu freezes, noticing night falling falling out of nowhere, and wonders if this is actually real. Terrified by the sudden change, Liu Yuqian's crew admits defeat, asking if they should really avoid fighting such a strong rival. Annoyed by their weak escape attempt, Lin Xiao makes a sarcastic remark, stating they could not run even with 8 legs. Under a blood-red sky, a giant wolf howls as the crimson moon lights up the scene. Lin Xiao analyzes the danger, recognizing the fierce creature as a bloodthirsty direwolf, explaining everyone's panic. Seeing the giant beast appear, one boy panics, while his classmate feels relieved that their leaders did not order a retreat for nothing. Sprinting through the dark forest, Class F third seat Li Xiaoyu thinks of her rival's power, knowing no solo student can beat this beast. Leaping nimbly through the air, Class F third seat Li Xiaoyu receives orders to head up the mountain and block rivals from advancing. Teacher Wang Lan shows concern, warning that a dangerous beast appeared, while Li Jingru praises the team's fast, strategic reaction. While worry fills the control room, a staff member claims Lin Xiao cannot beat the wolf alone, but his colleague advises waiting. Class F third seat Li Xiaoyu sprints through the woods, yelling to her allies that a dire wolf appeared and Lin Xiao needs help. Pushing her pace through the clearing, Class F third seat Li Xiaoyu arrives as someone asks who is showing up. Expecting to save the day, Class F third seat Li Xiaoyu finds rivals blocking the path, mockingly telling her help came too late. Taking a clean hit in the duel, Class F third seat Li Xiaoyu gets launched back as impact energy spreads through the air. During the clearing brawl, energy bars drop on screen as blonde classmate Sia watches with tension and her ally stands ready. Desperate, Class F third seat Li Xiaoyu screams that the beast is terrifying as the giant predator lands hard, creating shockwaves. Focused on the approaching threat, the light-furred monster with a cross-scar on its head roars for help in a speech bubble. Terrified by the devastating attack, students watch the beast prepare to strike again while someone screams in total panic. Staring at the monster that invaded the school area, Class F third seat Li Xiaoyu wonders if they did not claim it was just a cub. Teacher Li Jingru runs desperately down the hall with her bag as Wu Qinghua tries to keep up to save those trapped outside. Charging furiously across the arena, the light-furred beast swipes its giant claws as Class F third seat Li Xiaoyu barely dodges. Desperate screams echo through the air as the beast tries to tear everything apart, and someone shouts to warn Fangwen. The light-furred monster attempts to bite Fangwen in midair, but the boy retaliates with a flying kick to the wolf's jaw. Terrified by the violence, teacher Li Jingru arrives determined to protect her students, yelling that no one hurts her crew. Hyped by the view, open-mouthed Fangwen cheers the clean hit, impressed by the boy's crazy physical force. Running through the ruined arena, the light-furred beast sprints at top speed toward Fangwen, who tries to escape the pounce. Desperate over the situation, a voice echoes from the speakers, warning that the wolf is climbing the mountain where Lin Xiao is alone. Terrified, teacher Li Jingru says she will chase the beast immediately, but her colleague reminds her that wounded students need aid. Worried about Lin Xiao left alone on the mountain, teacher Li Jingru argues about the urgency of rescuing him from the beast. Standing in the dark woods, Lin Xiao looks around with a serious face, noticing strange movement surrounding the bushes. Surprising Lin Xiao, the beast takes human form, revealing a dark-haired youth with yellow eyes who grins and says he found him. Facing the light-furred beast charging in, Lin Xiao stands firm, activating protective energy around his body to block the pounce. The violent impact of the light-furred beast slams into Lin Xiao's shield, generating a shockwave that lights up the area. Impressed by the boy's defense, the transformed opponent mocks him while evaluating his skills, deciding to reveal his full power. Activating hunt mode at full strength, the light-furred beast bares its fangs as the system highlights activation in midair. Annoyed by the beast's slow speed, young Lin Xiao throws a sarcastic remark while activating bullet time to predict every move. Delivering a clean flying strike with blue energy, Lin Xiao hits the light-furred beast with full force, sending it straight to the dirt. Challenging his opponent in midair with cocky words, young Lin Xiao charges straight at the light-furred beast to keep fighting. Under the impact of the flying hit, the light-furred beast roars in pain as it takes a barrage of energy strikes that shake the area. Picking the exact moment to end the fight, Lin Xiao hovers on blue flames, dropping a cool line above the roaring beast. Rushing full force at the light-furred beast, young Lin Xiao prepares a decisive attack while dropping a taunting line. Titanic explosions shatter the ground as impact force raises giant dust clouds amidst total destruction. Focused on securing victory, young Lin Xiao remains crouched while blue energy lights up the scene, clearing the dust. Surprised that the creature managed to escape after all that destruction, Lin Xiao voices his total confusion, staring at his watch screen showing the score. The protagonist notes that they at least secured the required points. With victory secured and things under control, Lin Xiao looks at his surroundings while reflecting on the battle's outcome. Celebrating their recent win, the pink-haired girl with a braid cheers excitedly, praising her classmates' power. Talking about the historic feat, the giant screen spreads the news that a regular student took down the beast alone. Discussing our guy's hidden power, the bald teacher and Li Jingru debate his natural talent for awakening as an esper. Unhappy with her rival's success, Li Jingru crosses her arms while the bald teacher grins and promises a rematch next time. Chatting about the match strategy, students note how Class C took first place by masking Fang Wen to catch rivals off guard. Celebrating around the campfire, Sia takes advantage of the mood to invite her friend for a weekend trip to the mall. Declining the weekend invite, then Xia explains he needs to work for cash while checking his panel and celebrating the bonus. His system screen displays updated stats, showing gains from the battle and confirming that beating the beast boosted his spirit. Fang Wen invites the boy to hang out over the weekend, while he replies that he does not plan to do anything special. Fang Wen suggests dropping by a frantic combat gym located in the city to check out the action. Arriving before the gym's massive entrance, the duo views the building as Fang Wen explains. It attracts military students and hunters. Fang Wen explains that the biggest draw of the venue is the chance to earn big cash by fighting and winning in the arenas. Excited to see what is inside, Fang Wen begs the boy to step in and broaden his horizons. Taking advantage of the boy accepting, Fang Wen approaches the front desk to get access to the combat area. Lin Xiao hands his documents to the desk clerk, who checks his information on a tablet screen to set his rank. The clerk confirms registration is complete, granting access to arenas 4 and 5 for both competing and spectating. Walking through the halls, Lin Xiao notes the gym uniform looks cool, while Fang Wen urges him to focus on the arena. As they walk, a sign explains division rules, noting level 4 fighters can challenge level 3 but never drop to level 5. Understanding the rules, Fang Wen notes the system keeps strong veterans from dropping down to pick on beginners. In the pack stands, spectators watch a fierce fight inside the metal cage, shouting for the fighter to finish his opponent. As Lin Xiao watches the fight, an organizer approaches, asking if he is a rookie and assigning him as competitor 43. A heavy punch hits Zhang Meng clean in the face, bending his head back and sending spit flying into the air. Celebrating his victory, Zhang Meng raises his arm as the scoreboard names him winner, while medical staff attends to his rival. Confident in his strength, the brute states a real man never quits halfway, while the host asks the crowd for new challengers. Whispers of shock echo among spectators, commenting that Zhang Meng is way too fierce for anyone to challenge. Deciding to break the brute's streak, our guy raises his hand to sign up for the fight and enter the ring. Surprising the crowd, the boy raises his arm in the audience, smirking and asking himself if it is worth the risk. Holding the mic with a smile, the host announces challenger Lin Xiao entering the stage to face the feared Zhang Meng. Official stats pop up showing pro soldier Zhang Meng's record of over 100 fights alongside newcomer Lin Xiao's empty record. Facing his opponent, Lin Xiao makes it clear he will not go easy just because he is a rookie, promising to go all out. Smirking, Zhang Meng challenges Lin Xiao to step up and show what he can actually do. Wasting no time, Lin Xiao throws a precise kick at Zhang Meng, who opens his eyes wide in complete shock at his speed. Crossing his arms to defend, Zhang Meng shouts in surprise upon realizing the strike came faster than expected. Surprised by the kid's force, the fighter stands shocked at his opponent's level, wondering what is happening in the ring. Suddenly, Zhang Meng praises the boy's performance, noting that this match is actually worth watching. Moving with agility around the ring, Lin Xiao executes a lightning combo of fast punches that generate impact waves. Analyzing Zhang Meng's moves, Lin Xiao notes his speed is slow and flawed, choosing to dodge to let him keep his dignity. Frustrated, Zhang Meng calls out Lin Xiao for only dodging, asking if he is underestimating him while swinging a heavy punch. Dodging with a flip in the air, Lin Xiao notes his opponent is trying too hard, easily evading the blow and leaving him confused. Announcing the end of the match into her mic, the host names the young boy as the winner while the crowd watches from above. Celebrating the overwhelming win, the crowd goes wild in the stands, chanting the boy's name while his opponent lies defeated. Answering jokes about continuing to fight, the boy notes that the more cash he makes, the better it is for him. Laughing at his defeat, Zhang Meng stays on the floor cursing himself for getting knocked out by such a young opponent. Entering with a smug grin and massive build, a bald, muscular brute steps up threateningly, promising to tear the boy apart. Surprised by the opponent's hostility, the boy finds it rude while the host attempts to announce the next match details. Seeing the big guy enter, spectators in the stands mutter, asking how such a dangerous person got permission to enter the event. Worried about the match, the woman warns Lin Xiao that if the fight gets too hard, he can forfeit without pushing himself. Announcing competitor Qi Shenhao on the mic, the host keeps her cool as the big guy drops a bold remark to show off. Looking at the muscular rival growling threats, Lin Xiao shows total boredom, telling him to stop talking and attack. Making it clear he fears no tough act, Chai Shenghao challenges Lin Xia, claiming he will grant his death wish in a flash. Charging at the boy, Chai Shenhao throws a giant punch packed with so much force that it creates shockwaves around them. Catching the brute's blow with one hand, Lin Xiao shows calm, mocking his opponent and promising to rip his arm off first. Feeling the overwhelming pressure from the boy, Chai Shengao screams in panic after realizing his force was contained effortlessly. Frozen by fear before the challenger's strength, Chai Shenghao tries to pull back, but Lin Xiao's hand clamps his wrist like a vise. Taking a brutal hit to the face that shakes the ring, Chai Shenhao feels a heavy impact that contorts his features in sheer terror. Launched by the violent punch, the brute flies backward through the air, screaming in pain as his tough act crumbles. Falling knocked out onto the floor, Chai Shenhao receives a mock warning from Lin Xiao that his arm damage is permanent. Surprised by the bully's quick defeat, spectators watch in total silence as cold sweat drips down their shocked faces. Announced as the winner of the fight, Lin Xiao celebrates in the cage as the wild crowd chants his name non-stop. Into the mic, the host asks if the boy wants to keep defending the ring, and he raises his arm firmly to confirm he stays. Mic in hand and smile on face, the host calls out to the crowd to see who will step up to fight the champion next. Called out by the crowd, the boy hears people telling him to head up to the upper VIP lounge amidst laughter. Surprised by the bonus payout announced by the host, young Lin Xiao notices the reward doubled, making his earnings quite solid. Collecting his payment from the front desk clerk, the receptionist notes he cannot fight in Ring 8 for the rest of the day. Lin Xiao listens to the host explain gym rules, receiving an invite to watch remaining matches from the VIP booth if he wants. Surprising Lin Xiao near the exit, someone calls his name right as he turns his back. Surprising Lin Xiao near the exit, Chai Shenghao appears out of nowhere and plants a kiss on his cheek, leaving our guy shocked. Showing gratitude, the host clasps her hands near her face, praising Lin Xiao for saving her from that uncomfortable situation. Lin Xiao complains about the rule keeping him from Ring 8, trying to convince her to let him join a few more fights. Hearing the chatter about what is happening, Lin Xiao smirks with a mischievous look in his eyes, letting out a subtle laugh. Undisputed champion of the arena, Lin Xiao celebrates his win while receiving applause from spectators filling the stands. The cheerful celebration continues as the system voice announces the winner's name over the event microphone. Celebrating victory in the arena, Lin Xiao raises his hands while the announcer names the champion of Ring 17. Counting his cash, the boy celebrates his profit, already thinking about where to go next to keep making money. Flanked by two goons in sunglasses, the young man hears someone shout his name right as he tries to leave the scene. Startled by the sudden approach, the boy asks out loud if those guys are trying to mug him on the street. Approaching the boy, the agent in a dark suit notes his performance is off the charts and his win rate is too high for the division. Annoyed, Lin Xiao defends himself, stating he is just a college student and they can check his profile to confirm the truth, offering a payout to wrap things up. The agent states the gym will pay 100,000 yuan to settle the confusion. Escorted by goons to one of the college's main arenas, Lin Xiao enters the venue to watch the matches up close. Landing a precise strike with special effects, the fighter knocks his rival flat on the floor as the crowd goes wild. Named winner by the announcer, Wu Jixing gets congratulated while the host asks if he wants to keep fighting, and he agrees. Announcing into the mic that the crowd wants action, the host asks who dares to enter the ring against fighter Wu Jixing. Taking the mic, the host announces newcomer Lin Xiao's blank stats as the crowd watches with curiosity. Stating calmly that no rule stops a rookie from challenging the top fighter, Lin Xiao steps into the ring. The audience watches with surprise and disapproval as a freshman challenges the strongest fighter in the arena. Lin Xiao warns with complete coldness that his patience is gone and his rival will pay if he is not careful. Rushing into the attack, fighter Wu Jixing throws a heavy punch while the protagonist dodges with extreme ease. Furious at the bold move, bully Wu Jixing crosses his arms firmly to block the protagonist's push. Feeling the force of the strike, the opponent gazes closely at the boy, praising his rapid ability activation speed, smirking with disdain as his rival stands shocked. Lin Xiao notes he he has not even started using his psionic skills yet. Coating his body in glowing blue energy, the boy executes a flying kick while spectators warn his rival to watch out. Taking the full impact while protecting his face, Wu Jixing stands shocked, unable to grasp what hit his body. Seeing the massive damage from the blow, spectators stand jaw-dropped at the kick speed, noting they missed the move entirely. Wiping blood from his nose while clenching his fists, bully Wu Jing acknowledges the kid's force and vows to fight for real. Stamping his feet hard to push forward, Wu Jixing dashes at top speed with a clenched fist toward his rival. Charging Lin Xiao with a fast punch combo, Wu Jixing tries to overpower his rival's defense with raw force. Surrounding his body with a glowing blue aura, Lin Xiao prepares to dodge his opponent's wild rush. Furious as he tries to process what is happening, Wu Jixing complains about the boy's psionic density and rising power. Striking a posture wrapped in blue energy, bully Wu Jixing notes the boy's power is high for his rank, but not enough to win. Stabbing his foot to gain momentum, Wu Jixing dashes forward as blue energy covers the ground around them. Spinning fast in midair, Wu Jixing delivers a sidekick that rips the air, sending an impact wave at the boy's defense. Right at the impact point, the bully's kick hits the psionic barrier clean, triggering a loud blast of energy and sparks. Taunting his rival with a grin, Wu Jixing asks if the psionic blow hurts enough, while Lin Xiao looks at his hand and agrees. Confident in his superior technique, bully Wu Jixing tells the boy to surrender now since he stands no chance of winning. Reconsidering the situation, the red-haired bully realizes things might be different unless some detail flips the match. Surprising everyone, Lin Xiao burst blue energy around his body, using advanced psionics despite being a first-year student. Finding the turn of events fascinating, the opponent grins and wonders if the boy possesses the talent of a true genius. Hack stands in the arena vibrate intensely with surprised reactions from all spectators following the duel. Rushing full force, bully Wu Jixing throws a fast punch, but the boy blocks it instantly, generating an impact wave. Violent fist clashes crack through the air as two fighters trade blows at lightning speed, making the crowd question reality. Focusing every bit of power into his fist, student Lin Xiao prepares a strike to shock his opponent in close combat. Hitting the gut directly with full force, Lin Xiao's clean strike cracks Wu Jixing's shield as shock spreads across the arena. Feeling the heavy pressure of combat, bully Wu Jixing grits his teeth while trying to contain the blow's impact. Launching himself through the air, Lin Xiao lands a sidekick wrapped in blue aura that sends Wu Jixing flying. Seeing the empty arena floor after the damage, spectators in the stands speechless at the fight's intensity. Feeling defeat after the intense clash, bully Wu Jixing spits blood and coughs, admitting he was completely outmatched. Celebrating his victory, student Lin Xiao raises his arm as the venue calls the result, and spectators cheer for his performance. Replying playfully with a smirk, student Lin Xiao drops an enigmatic line that leaves the crowd curious about his next move. Surprised by the power shown in the duel, a spectator calls the boy a monster as the host awaits his answer on the match outcome. Refusing to leave while still energized, student Lin Xiao informs the host he will keep fighting since the fun is just starting. Debating the current match, spectators note the opponent's condition is so wrecked that no one dares challenge the protagonist. Walking forward with firm steps, student Lin Xiao demonstrates that his journey continues with full energy. Feeling the area turn cold, spectators in the stands start sneezing and complaining about the sudden chill. Arriving in style, top student Bai Shui, known as the Ice Princess, appears before everyone, leaving the crowd amazed. Staring at her rival with a cold look, Bai Shui offers a friendly duel between two academy juniors. Surprising everyone, the host announces the arrival of the feared Ice Princess, making the crowd cheer with excitement. Evaluating his opponent carefully, our guy notes the girl holds an impressive level of power. Holding his palms together in respect, the boy asks if his opponent is also a rookie at the academy. Ignoring his question, Bai Shui remains quiet for a second before preparing her counterattack. Activating Hunter mode, the boy charges his rival with a fast strike while the Ice Princess prepares for impact. Blocking the fast strike with ease, Bai Shui shows subtle surprise as his precise blow gets intercepted effortlessly. Thinking about the crazy force he hit, the boy admits that even top 20 fighters would struggle to block his strike like that. Discovering her true identity via the system, our guy stands shocked to see the girl is actually Ling Shui, second in her year. Checking her stats, the boy sees her attributes match top student Zhuang Jianyu, deciding to exercise extra caution in the fight. Wrapping her arms in psionic energy, Ling Shui tries to stop the boy's momentum as they exchange rapid blows, blasting energy against his strike. Student Ling Shui maintains control as the heavy impact creates shockwaves. Surprised by the kid's skill, student Ling Shui asks how someone at his level learns psionic wrapping so fast. Concentrating power around her head and arms, Ling Shui raises her elemental energy to maximum level for combat.